Okay, so let's kind of look at the shelter setup. This is almost like a forester's tent setup. This is just an 8x8 oilskin tarp, but the reason why I'm setting up this shelter tonight is because tonight, it's about 45 degrees right now. It snowed some this morning, that quickly melted off and it turned to rain. But tonight, it's supposed to, we got a big winter storm coming in, and it's supposed to have 40-mile-an-hour winds, and it's supposed to be 1 degree by 7 a.m. And they said for my area, it's going to be about -20 something with the wind chill. So I needed something that's going to give me full protection from the west. That right there is the west. This right here is east. So all of our weather comes from the west. So I needed something that's going to give me full protection and that I don't really need a fire with. Because the main reason is I don't feel like collecting firewood all evening. So I've got my sleep system out here. Like I said, it's supposed to be right around -20 with wind chill. So I'm anxious to see how it does. I'm going to go ahead and get my bed set up. Then we'll get a fire going, cook some dinner. But the good thing about this shelter is that I've got all this extra material up here that I can pull down, kind of like this. I've got a line coming out here, and it's going to help trap some extra heat in there. But like I said, this is going to give me full protection from the weather that's coming. So you can see that I've got quite a few things with me. Let me move this camera for you guys. Most of the stuff that's in the trap basket is my sleep system and layers. I basically threw every piece of clothing I have in here because it's going to be cold tonight. Well, it's not supposed to get cold till about 4 a.m. So, and if I'm going to sleep without a fire, I definitely need some layers. So, the only reason I have the folding buck saw is I don't know where my Baco Laplander is. I don't need the folding buck saw this trip, but I needed some sort of saw. And then the canteen carrier, my haversack, is pretty much a daily carry for me. But you can see all these extra layers I have, and it's important that whenever you know it's going to be as cold as it's going to be, that you dress in layers, because you don't want to sweat right now and then be freezing in your sleeping bag or over quilt later. My glasses keep fogging up. Because if I start sweating now and then, you know, come 4 a.m. I'm still kind of wet, it's going to be a rough night for me. In other words, if you sweat, you die. So I've got a pretty beefed up sleep system. This is a Sea to Summit 30-liter dry bag, and inside I've got a 0-degree down quilt. That down quilt will fit in, it'll fit in an 8-liter dry bag, but I also have a sleeping pad in here, so it should keep me nice and warm. But just in case that's not quite enough, I did bring this queen size wool blanket, because 100% wool blanket, because I want to have enough. I actually want to sleep. I don't want to be up shivering all night long. And these down quilts don't weigh very much. I think this thing weighs 2 pounds. It's a 0-degree with a 950 fill and 4 ounces of overfill. So this is a hammock gear quilt. This is an over quilt, not an under quilt. But it packs up really small. I don't have it, when you compress it all the way down, it'll fit into an 8-liter dry bag. Like I said, it doesn't weigh hardly anything. As far as I'm concerned, it's 100% worth the money. This is a sleeping pad that I've used a couple times, and it actually went flat on me once. So I'm anxious to see if it goes flat on me again tonight. We're good to go. So I'm going to put the wool blanket in first, and I'm going to fold it to where, if I need to, I could fold it up over top of me in my quilt. I just kind of want a little barrier on the ground for that sleeping pad. That way I don't pop a hole in it or something like that. Folded it into a diamond pattern. So if I need to, I could fold the foot end up. I could put this end over my head and fold the other two, kind of wrap myself around it, kind of wrap it around me while I'm in my quilt. Guys, this is a big sleeping pad. This sleeping pad is actually a little bigger than I need it. I'm not too worried about getting anything right here because that wind's gonna be blowing this way. So I'm not too worried about this sticking out. This sleeping pad is about, I'm 6'3", 250 pounds. And this is an extra long, extra wide. This is the Ether Light XT Extreme from Sea to Summit. So this sleeping pad is actually a little big for me. It's 8x8 tarp from right here. If I had to guess, it's at least a good 8 feet, because I'm not sure exactly what corner to corner is on 8 feet on an 8-foot tarp, but there's definitely plenty of room. I just don't like this part right here sticking out. Not that it really matters, it's just one of those things to where it aggravates me, because I'm gonna be sleeping head this way, but realistically my head's probably going to be right here, so I'm not really too worried about it. This is that down quilt on one end. Yeah, it's around here. Like I said, this is a 0-degree quilt, but on the over quilt you have an option whether or not you want to have a sewn foot box or a zippered foot box. And I chose the zippered foot box so I can fold it out like a blanket if I need to. You can either leave this open, bring this down just like that. That's where your feet go. So it's not going to be a problem. I'll just sleep over to this side. It's not, my head's not going downhill, which would be my main concern, because if you sleep with your head downhill, you wake up with a headache. So, and I already get enough headaches. So yeah, this is good. But as you can see, this quilt doesn't look like it's rated for 0. It is. I had this system set up right around 10 degrees at the last intermediate class I was teaching at, and it worked fine. It was really windy. I actually just slept in a cowboy camp style and just folded this thing right over top of me, and it poured the snow for a little while. So yeah, this system's going to work good. I have an extra flap that I can throw over top of me on this side. Another thing too, people might think, well, you're touching the material, is not going to get wet. Oilcloth doesn't get wet whenever you touch it like that. I know a lot of nylon does. It'll kind of almost seep through. It's weird, but from what I've noticed, oilcloth doesn't do that. And this is my second oilcloth tarp. My first one I had for about 6 years or so. Now it's time to get the fire going. I'm not going to mess around with any crazy fire methods. Lighter with duct tape. I'm trying to build a survival fire or be real bushcrafty. I'm just simply trying to get a fire going so I can cook and eat my food because I'm starving. Just keep it simple, lighter and duct tape. It's starting to rain a little bit. Figured I'd go ahead and cook me up some food. I'm having a Stowaway Gourmet. This is the bison beer black bean chili. So need to boil some water. Pathfinder canteen here. It's funny because I had one of these for, I don't know, 8-9 years, something like that. And I gave it to my cousin who wanted it. So when I went to order the one for the giveaway, I actually ordered myself another one. fits perfect in this Duluth Pack canteen carrier. Bad boy. Double glove it. Yeah. Let it sit for about 15 minutes. So I'll probably get the fire stoked up a little bit, maybe, and then eat my dinner, and then just chillax the rest of the evening. It's getting ready to get dark here in a little bit. There's really nothing else for me to do besides wait it out, and then shoot some video and go to bed. Tomorrow is really going to be the day that I'm going to film a lot, because it's supposed to have snow on the ground in the morning. It's supposed to be cold, so we'll see how that goes. Alrighty guys, I'm not sure if you guys can really see me very well or not. Been having camera problems for the past couple of hours because it's been drizzling. I ended up eating my dinner, and then I just, phone just went off. And then I laid down in my shelter and got my camera fixed up and stuff. It just quit raining. Temperature's starting to drop a little bit. So this is the shelter set up for right now. The fire ended up finally the rain ended up taking my fire finally, so I'm just gonna let it die down and sleep just with the sleep system. And like I said, I'm gonna drop these flaps down and probably go to bed here pretty soon. It's right around 10 o'clock now. So yeah, it just kind of sucks. There was some footage that I wish I would have, been able to get, but I couldn't because of camera problems. So it's almost like half an overnight video. I'll have some more footage for you guys tomorrow, some stuff that I'm going to film. So I wouldn't call this a dedicated overnight video, but I am staying out here and I'm trying to film as much as I can. So, but like I said, it's about 10 o'clock. We'll go ahead and crawl in my shelter to go to bed. I'm pretty wore out. So I'm going to go ahead and crawl in here, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Thanks for watching. Alrighty guys, so I'm inside the shelter right now. It is currently -1. We got about 30-mile-per-hour winds. It's about 4 a.m. I had to get up and go pee. Now I gotta squeeze back into this system. I've stayed pretty warm all night. The wind has just been crazy. You can actually see the tarp up here behind me is just like frozen solid. So, but yes, I'm gonna go ahead and get situated here, and then I will see you guys probably right around 6 a.m. Okay guys, it is currently 6 a.m. so I heard my alarm go off. I've been sleeping with my water bottle all night, and everything literally is frozen, and the wind is horrible. I thought my shelter was going to blow off the freaking hill last night. I'm glad I went with this shelter setup, because I think any other shelter setup would have been 5 miles away by now. So I think I'm going to probably go ahead and get up and see if I can get a fire going, because it is freezing out here. I've been staying pretty warm all night. I had all my layers inside of my quilt and wrapped up in my wool blanket. So I basically built a nest, but like I said, it's just the wind out here is just, it cuts right through you. I currently cannot find my gloves, so we'll see if we can find those. I just put them in here to sleep with me last night, but I can't seem to find them. So we'll look for those, and then like I said, you see the top of my underquilt actually has ice on it. That's how cold it is out here. I mean, it is just almost unbearable. But like I said, the underquilt or overquilt, it's too early. Overquilt from Hammock Gear is the way to go. It is by far one of my favorite pieces of gear that I have, but definitely worth the money. But I got a little bit chilly last night, but it's nothing you couldn't handle. I wasn't shivering or anything like that. My sleeping pad actually did end up going flat again, so I think I've got a leak in it. But I've got plenty of insulation underneath of me and over top of me that it didn't really matter, I guess. So currently -1 and about 30-mile-an-hour winds right now. So one thing, if it's cold like this, the lighter's not really going to work that well. You're going to want to keep it in your pocket. I'm just trying to get this thing going. If I can kind of get a break from the wind here, it'd be great. I'm dealing with frozen hardwood. This is where that duct tape really comes in handy for a fire starter. Okay, I'm not sure how this thing is shooting or if it's even filming, because the screen is like messing up right now. So please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. If you like any of the gear that I use in my videos, check out my Self-Reliance Outfitters affiliate link below. Like I said, it's kind of a half an overnight video because I've been having camera problems the whole time. My boogers are frozen in my nose because it's so freaking cold out here. But like I said, I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Sorry it wasn't as long as it normally is. I was trying to set up yesterday in the rain, and then it's hard to film whenever it's -2 with 30-mile-an-hour winds. It kind of sucks. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.